Welcome back. It's question time. What have you got for me?
What has your reaction been to the reaction of your brother Phil getting the England women's manager's job?
I knew that was coming. Well, the first thing, look, I'm not an emotional person. I think you know that. But from a point of view, to think that my brother is manager of the England women's team, to think that my sister is coach of the England netball team, I'm proud. It's a fantastic thing. I don't think you ever sort of see those types of things mentioned in these times. Obviously, it's all been about other things. In respect of his social media account, he apologised and he was right to. He moves on from it. People questioning whether he's got the ability, the talent, the experience. Again, he said, I've got to prove people wrong, but that's the same in everything that you do. And again, he has to, that only time will tell on that one. What I would say is that I've not seen too much mention of the fact that he has got a lot of experience. He's coached at Manchester United. People might say it's a bad experience, but does that make him more experienced or less experienced? He's coached in Valencia and seen a lot.
Bad experience?
A lot, believe me. Bob says he's seen a lot. He's been to 3 tournaments as an international player. He's played for Manchester United and Everton. He spent 4 or 5 years doing his coaching badges. He's desperate to be a coach. So from my point of view, you talk about credentials, you talk about whether he's experienced or not. Yeah, everyone could say, well, that person's more appropriate, that person's more appropriate, but to just sort of ridicule someone's credentials and not as if they don't exist. So for me, I'm looking forward to it. I'll take a lot of interest in the national team in terms of the women's side from now on, because I'm interested to see how Phil does. I want him to do well, and I'm looking forward to it, actually.
Come on, what have you got for me?
Right, so I've seen this quite a lot over the last couple of years. It's something, now that we're presenters, we can ask each other these types of questions. So, Jurgen Klopp, 2.5 years in the job.
Yeah.
Not won a trophy. Highly unlikely he's going to win a trophy this season. Could do, but highly unlikely. Plays good football. Exciting. Great going forward. Presses from the front. Still can't solve that defensive problem and the goalkeeping problem. Concede absolute bagfuls of goals. And it reminds me a little bit of the Brendan Rodgers reign. And if you think about sort of those records, they're not too far away from one another. Jurgen Klopp's got about 30 games to go, which is probably not far off the end of the season. At what point, if he doesn't win a trophy this season, do you, or more importantly, the COP, have a problem with Jurgen Klopp in terms of we've got to win trophies, we've got to win the league, the pressure of history in terms of tradition? At what point does that exist? Because with Brendan Rodgers, it came quite quickly after those 93 matches.
I think with Jurgen Klopp, probably this time next year, or certainly next season, where Liverpool are. The thing I don't like about this comparison, it's always seen as a dig, actually, at Brendan Rodgers. I actually think Brendan Rodgers is the best British manager.
Why is it a dig at Brendan
No,
Rodgers?
it's a bit like... Rodgers, I think, at times is ridiculed, even sometimes by Liverpool fans, social media. Oh, Brendan Rodgers has only done this, Klopp's only done that, as if Brendan Rodgers was the worst manager you've ever seen at Liverpool. He come closer than anyone to winning a league title, closer than a Champions League winning manager in Rafa Benitez. Gerard Houllier had been involved in winning the World Cup with France. Roy Evans part of the boot room. Kenny Dalglish, who'd won 3 league titles as a manager coming back. That's how close he got. And I think he is the best British manager out there. I think if a top job became available, if you were putting British candidates for a top 4 job or top 6 job, his name would come very close to it, to getting that job. Now, yes, he never won a trophy. Is there a difference with Klopp? Well, in Brendan Rodgers' time, he got Champions League football once. If Klopp gets it this season, I think it's a very good season for Liverpool. Liverpool have got to get back to being a Champions League club. Yeah, you can talk about winning trophies and winning the league. Liverpool have been in the Champions League twice in 10 years, and the only reason they got in it was because they had no European football that season. So if Klopp can get in again this season, on the back of having European football, the fact how competitive it is now, he's up against Mourinho, who had Premier League experience when he came into United, Wenger, who's been here for 20 years, Pochettino, who was here before Klopp. So in your 2 full seasons to get in the top 4, I think would be a really good job. But yes, of course, he has to take it further. He has to then win trophies. And that's my criticism of Wenger, in that he was in the top 4 for so long. You've got to take the next step to win the league or win the Champions League. So if Klopp's still getting in the top 4 in 4 or 5 years' time, but no closer to the title or the Champions League, you'd say, well, OK, that's not good enough. But right now, if he can turn Liverpool into a team who play in the Champions League year in, year out, along with picking up trophies, I think Liverpool fans will be more than happy.
Right, I'm going to ask you another one. England World Cup year, exciting. England are there. What's your starting 11? First game.
Don't even watch England that much, to be fair. Joe Hart out the team. I would go for Pickford. I think he's had a great season. I think he's fantastic with the ball at his feet.
You drop Joe Hart?
Well, he's not playing. I think if he doesn't play... Listen, if Joe Hart gets back in the side, I think Joe Hart's got a lot to do, really, in terms of play. Maybe even making the squad if he doesn't play at all for West Ham. He hasn't had a move in January. I like the fact that Southgate's gone to a back three at times in friendlies and tried things. I would go with that, really. I think
Who are the back three?
John Stones would have to play. I think Cahill, I don't think he's having a great season, but I think his experience of playing there would have to play. And I'd possibly go for Harry Maguire. Maybe. I think he's had a great season. I really like him. Good football. I think he'd be playing three at the back. He'd have two players in Maguire and Stones who could actually come out with the ball. I think the wing-backs would be Kyle Walker. I don't think there's any question. On the other side, Bertrand's played at times, but I think if Danny Rose is not playing, I suppose, at Spurs. But if Danny Rose got some sort of game time and some sort of form, I'd go with Danny Rose. I think he's a better player than Bertrand.
Midfield? 2 or 3?
2 or 3. I mean, do you have 2 sitters in? I think you have to go with Jack Wilshere if he continues to play for Arsenal. He just, not even about getting in the squad, he has to play. And then it's a debate over, is it Eric Dyer or Jordan Henderson? I think you could flip a coin on that one, really. I don't think there's too much between them.
Which one is it? Flip a coin, then.
I'll flip a coin. I'll go with Henderson because I think he's got more energy. Then I think you've got Harry Kane up the top, no doubt about that. And then I think you've got 2 players behind Harry Kane. I think one of them has to be Raheem Sterling, the form he's in, and also it gives you pace. All the things Harry Kane has, he doesn't have maybe blistering pace, so Kane gives you that pace. Again, possibly a toss-up between Lallana and probably Dele Alli, but you'd have to go for Dele Alli because he's playing. Lallana still doesn't look back to the player he was sort of the last couple of years playing for England when I think he was one of England's...
Rashford?
Then you'd probably go with the 2 up top. I think England need more strength in midfield, really, when they play tournaments. So, no, I think he's a great option from the bench. Maybe if you played 4-3-3, you'd put him on the left, Sterling on the right, either side of Harry Kane. That could still be an option, and you could still get your 3 in the middle. But I think it's important to have numbers in that central area. Last one for me.
I don't know. Oh. Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah,
Are you
that's
comfortable
all right.
with that back 3 and keeper? Enough experience?
Any changes you'd make? Well, you had your chance, didn't you?
It's easy to say. I've been nervous about the back 3.
Okay, who would you go with?
I'm not sure you can, and that's on point. I don't think I've got a better option. Maybe you could put Dyer in the back 3 instead of Maguire to give a bit more experience. And that's nothing against Maguire, to be honest with you, but I think you could put a bit more experience. I'd probably go for Dyer. I think experience, to be fair, is important if you've had a tournament. Eric Dyer now, second tournament, good character, great leader. I'd have him in, particularly first game. First game, don't take any chances, probably in that sense. I think that ultimately, Eric Dyer, I think, would be the change that I would make. I'd probably go, I'm not sure. Goalkeeper's a difficult one. It's a difficult one.
So you're happy with the rest of it, yeah?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.